Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to 22 News at 4. I'm Ciara Speller. We're going to have our top 4 at 4 in just a moment. But first, a look at your commuter traffic and weather with 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis. Brian, another warm day out there.
Yeah, and all the humidity, too. I think the lack of a real good breeze and the humidity just makes the air very uncomfortable.
That's a good word.
There are some changes on the way.
All right.
Let's take a look first at traffic. No major problems. Look at that. From the Vermont state line to the Connecticut state line, no major slowdowns on I-91. The Mass Pike also looks good, so we're in pretty good shape. Let's take a look now at temperatures, shall we? 88 Westfield, 89 in Greenfield, 87 Northampton and Springfield, 85 in Orange, and we match this with the dew points. Oh, look at that dew point in Northampton and Greenfield, mid to upper 70s. Jeez. That's a lot. Anyway, 73 Westfield and Springfield. So very humid air, which means that we have the potential for some scattered thunderstorms. And there are a few that are developing just west of the Hudson River here in New York State. So have to keep an eye on those. It looks like most of the energy will be to our north, but certainly the chance for a downpour or a thunderstorm here through about 8 o'clock tonight. We'll track it with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
Now for our top 4 at 4, a 10th person has died from that fire at a Fall River assisted living facility. The Bristol District Attorney said a 66-year-old woman was hospitalized in critical condition after the fire on Sunday. She died Wednesday, making her the 10th resident killed in the tragedy. The fire started in a room on the 2nd floor on the east side of the Gabriel house, but details about the exact origin and cause are under investigation. The Bristol County District Attorney's Office said the cause does not appear to be suspicious. And we now know the name of the man shot and killed in Springfield's North End last weekend. The Hampden DA said 35-year-old Websterin Grant Stovall was wounded in a shooting near the intersection of Main and Arch Street Saturday night. He died from his injuries the following day. This was the second deadly shooting in nearly 24 hours in the city. A man was shot and killed inside an apartment on Orange Street last Friday. No word yet on any suspects or arrest in either case. UMass Amherst employees have reached a tentative contract agreement with the university. More than 100 employees rallied on Wednesday outside the Whitmore Administration Building in an effort to raise awareness about their pay. The union was calling for a 5% wage increase in their contracts to meet the cost of living. Both sides successfully reached a tentative agreement after the close of business Wednesday. University Staff Association employees will now need to vote to ratify the agreement before the final approval steps. Good Trouble rallies were held across the nation today in remembrance of civil rights icon, former Georgia Congressman John Lewis. Lewis coined the phrase "good trouble" during his fight for racial equality. This afternoon, hundreds of people gathered in downtown Northampton in the name of good trouble. Attendees brought signs showing support for workers, voting rights, free and fair elections, civil rights, the end of ICE raids, and opposition to President Trump. Lewis received the Medal of Freedom from President Barack Obama in 2015. All right, we have Brian Lapis standing by for another check of what's going on outside, Brian.
Yeah, before we started, you asked, Ciara asked if we had hit a heat wave
Yes.
yet. To be honest with you, I hadn't checked the high temperatures yet today. We're at 88 for the high so far at Westover Air Reserve Base, so not quite a heat wave yet, but we still could get to 90 here before the end of the day, and we're keeping an eye on scattered showers and thunderstorms. Most of these are to our north, but a couple of scattered thunderstorms are a possibility here through about 8, maybe even as late as 9 o'clock. 22 News Storm Team Skycast. 5 o'clock here this afternoon. Scattered clouds and also the chance for a scattered thunderstorm or two. You can see here at 7 p.m. a couple of isolated showers and storms. And again, through 9 o'clock, we've got that chance. And then after 9 o'clock, late evening and overnight, some changes. Some drier and cooler air starts to move in. You'll really notice it by the middle of the day here tomorrow. Much lower humidity, and with that comes lower temperatures as well. So sunshine, dry, 10 o'clock, a little breeze out of the northwest we expect. Noontime sunshine. High temperatures tomorrow will be around 82 to 86 or 80 to 84 with low humidity. We carry that through at least part of the weekend, but we've also got the chance for some rain here part of this weekend. We'll show you when with the 22 News Storm Team forecast on 22 News at 5.
Trending today, first your shoes, now your shampoos. Travelers have another security change to look forward to at the airport, and Brian Leff has liked that one. The TSA is considering possible changes to the amount of liquids travelers can take in their carry-on baggage. Under the current rules, you can only take liquids up to 3.4 ounces, and they must be placed in a 1-quart resealable plastic bag. There are exceptions for medications and baby formula. Earlier this month, it was announced that travelers will no longer be required to take their shoes off while going through security. Well, a Connecticut paranormal investigator died suddenly over the weekend while on tour with the supposedly haunted Annabelle doll. Dan Rivera was part of a group from the New England Society of Psychic Research. According to Facebook posts from the organization, Rivera was on tour with the Annabelle doll in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania this past weekend when he died. His cause of death has not been revealed. The doll was not in the hotel room when Rivera died. Annabelle inspired the Conjuring movie series and has become a global horror icon in the process. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to get up close and personal with a piece of Longmeadow history. Since 1795, a copper rooster has sat atop the First Church of Christ on Longmeadow Street. Now, for only the 4th time in its history, the weather rooster has come down to undergo preservation. The church is allowing the public to come face-to-face with the rooster this weekend from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday and from noon to 2 p.m. on Sunday. If you take any photos, 22 News would love to see them, and you can email them to report it at wwlp.com. Now for a look at what we're working on for 22 News tonight starting at 5. Vehicle thefts spike in the summertime. Tonight we're speaking with law enforcement about protecting yourself from this type of theft. Plus, we're taking a closer look at the impacts of a work stoppage by attorneys who represent defendants who can't afford lawyers. And we're hopefully in the home stretch of the heat wave-like temperatures. But the temperatures may have already done some damage to your lawn. We have some tips to help your grass turn green again.
Pretty much uneventful afternoon here for traffic. You can see here 91 looking good. The Pike looks good. Even at the Sturbridge 84 merge, really not much of a delay there. There's a slight slowdown on I-91 southbound in Springfield, which usually happens at this time of day. And yes, clearer, cooler and drier air on the way. We'll track its arrival on 22 News at 5.
All right, Brian, thank you. And we thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4. You can join us on TV tonight starting at 5 and get all your local news and weather updates anytime on wwlp.com and the 22 News mobile app.